Hello and welcome to Fancy Football. My name is Sommerfield and this is Football Daily from me and Paul to you. Paul, how are you and what's going on?
I'm
another week,
fine.
another week.
I'm fine. How you doing on my face? Good evening.
Man, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Even though my team lost midweek, but personally, I am fine. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That will not stop you from doing what you are supposed to do.
exactly. Yes, yes, fantastic. So a lot of things to talk about today, and this is an for those that'll be joining us online. This is an open line. I think we need to run Paul. I think we need to run a poll today, and we'll talk about the poll. We'll run that poll today, and let's see how the viewers respond to us. But
Okay.
it is football, 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 and nothing else. That's what we have on this show. And where do we start from today? Let's start. Let's go to Manchester City. A lot is happening happening in Manchester City. So their talisman, Kevin De Bruyne, will be leaving at the end of the season. I think he has said enough is enough. At the age of 33, I don't want to continue at City anymore. Um, I, I just think that there's a huge offer for him from the Saudis, and that is why he wants to move. He wants to leave the club. Is at 33 is good. He has won everything he needs to win for the club and in football. Apart from the World Cup and the Euros, he has won everything he needs to win as a player, as a club player. Won the Champions League, won the Premier League 6 times, won the player of the year. I think he won the player of the year twice in the Premier League.
Twice.
Yes. I know. And in terms of assists, he's up there. I think the only person above him is Ryan Giggs in terms of assist. If you look at him from left to right as a player, he's a complete player. And for me, everybody would love to have Kevin De Bruyne in his team, whether we like it or not.
The then Kevin De Bruyne, not this one. All
Oh,
right.
exactly. Right.
The truth is that it's all about the Benjamin. So for a player of his age,
Yeah,
he's 33 now. So it's all about the Benjamin.
Benjamin. Yes, it's all
Because
about the money.
playing for maybe Saudi Arabia now. I believe if he plays for Saudi Arabia for like 2 or 3 years, he's going to earn more than what he has played and in his entire career. So for me,
Possibly.
he has won everything. So
Yeah.
leaving City now is not something new because he's not a regular starter in City anymore.
But
So
they got but to be frank, the likes of Helen Haaland are gonna miss this guy. A top player like him, and that is why the likes. That is why for me, I would say City are really in trouble because their old players are facing away, and the likes of Phil Foden that blew up the Premier League 2 or 3 seasons ago. They are no, it's not even feeling coming into that shoe because Phil Foden should be the next number 10 for City. It's not even really falling entering that space. But it's an end of an era for Kevin De Bruyne. End of a
well,
big
the
era, to be frank.
the truth is that I don't think City is going to feel him that much because the reason why I'm saying that is this.
Uh,
He's not a regular starter in City.
yeah, but even despite he's not the
Kev,
regular starter, even
yeah,
despite he's
Kevin
not
De
the regular
Bruyne
starter,
now. The way England is structured, once you are age,
yeah,
you find it difficult. You can't expect the way Ronaldo now is playing in a Saudi league. If if it were Premiership, where
yeah.
will he get those goals from?
No, you won't get those goals. You won't get
Because
those goals.
your age tells easily in Premiership because it's a fast football.
Yeah.
So that's why you see the likes of De Bruyne now. He can't guarantee you 90 minutes. So for him, it's a good call. If he decide to leave City at the end of the season, I don't
Are you
think
sure? Are you
there's
sure
anything
Are you sure it's a good call?
for him. For De Bruyne, it's a good call. For City as well, they are not going to miss him that much because he's already aged. So and he's not the regular starter for them. So if you're saying someone like, let's say City is It's Bernardo Silva because the Bernardo Silva saga now is not certain yet if he's staying or he's leaving. If
Yeah.
someone like Bernardo Silva leaves Man City, someone like Rodri, they will feel it. They will feel it more
But
than.
look at but look at the start here. Look at the start. Me and you. Let's look at the start.
Okay.
Yes, he's 33 years of age, but look at he joined the club in 2015 for 60 million. They're about 60 million pounds from Wolfsburg when he left Chelsea to Wolfsburg, and that's why I said Kevin De Bruyne was Chelsea's loss. To be frank,
Yeah.
they were not patient with him because of Jose Mourinho was manager at that time. But see, since he joined Manchester City in 2015, which is 10 decade now, he has the most Premier League assists. I won't say he has the most. He no. I think this is he has the most Premier League assists. Second, okay, for the club exactly. Chances created 872, big chances 197. He has the second highest number of assists in the Premier League history behind Ryan Giggs, who has 162. He's joined Premier League Player of the Season award with the likes of Thierry Henry, Cristiano Ronaldo, Nemanja Vidic. Surprisingly, he has never won the Player of the Month award.
That's
level
surprising.
with He's level with Thierry Henry with respect to the most assists in a single Premier League season, producing 20 in the 2020 in the 2019-2020 campaign. He has won most Premier League Playmaker award given to players with the most assists, winning it three times: 2017-2018 season, 2019-2020 season, and 2022-2023 season. He has also won 4 Manchester City Player of the Season award and has been in the Champions League Team of the Season twice and finished third in Ballon d'Or 2022. So what else?
No, you're not getting me. You're not
I
getting
know
my point. I'm not saying
they will not miss
I'm
him.
not I'm not judging him by his stats. No, that's not my point. My point is this: for now, he's not a regular starter in City. That's the reason. If he's someone that starts regularly now, he's still playing like 90 minutes day in and out, they are
Yeah,
going to miss him more. That's
but
my
who
point.
but who has the play? But you still need some of your old warhorse on the bench. That's how I see it, especially
You
for a player
yeah,
like him.
you need them, but this one now doesn't want to stay anymore. He's the one that is leaving. Man City is not chasing him out. He's the one that is leaving. So I believe it's not going to be a big miss for them because I'm just waiting for this summer transfer because it's going to be very, very interesting in terms of
Indeed,
the way
indeed,
teams are going to strengthen their squads.
indeed,
So
it's gonna be interesting. It's all about the Benjamin.
yeah,
It's all about the Benjamins. If you don't have the Benjamins, then forget about it as a club. You have to spend the money to get the right players. Yeah,
yeah,
me and you. We know that it's all about the Benjamin. Let's see dwell on Kevin De Bruyne. He's one of the greatest Premier League midfielders I've ever graced. Whether we like one of the greatest, not the greatest. Uh, that's ever graced the Premier League. Yeah, and for me, if you look at the record he has, um, for me, I think he's exemplary. If you look at the record he
sure.
has, he's exemplary. He's a player. I think he hardly gets annoyed. He hardly you see him. He's always football and football. He's always there. When City needs a spark of magic, and that is what it is. And fortunately enough, the Bruyne began his professional career with Belgian side Genk before
Yeah,
signing for Chelsea for how much? I guess how much he signed for Chelsea in January of 2012. Guess how much?
that
Can
should
you
be
guess how
that.
much? Seven
That's
million pounds.
7 million
Seven
pounds.
million pounds. That's what Chelsea signed him from Genk, but they had no patience with him. Then he made just 9 appearances for the Blues and spent a season on loan for Werder Bremen before moving to Wolfsburg in 2013. The midfielder has also made 105 appearances for Belgium, appearing at the 3 Euro Championship and 3 World Cup. Magnificent. Even to appear in one World Cup is a good thing, but 3 World Cups I think he's just up there, finishing third at the 2018 global tournament in Russia when the Belgian beat England 2-1 in the playoffs. Uh, I, I just think that he's up there in terms of the Premiership grade. Then
Let
the
me
Belgian,
let me let me ask you this question.
yeah, go ahead, please.
Um, you said something about him. Chelsea was not patient
Yeah, I think so
about the
because
winning.
Chelsea were not patient with two players. And for me, what Chelsea could have done at that time before I answer that your question was okay. Let me answer. Let me answer. Ask the question before I answer the question.
So the thing is, don't sometimes there's a possibility that because what make De Bruyne the what he is today in
Yeah,
football, it depends on your manager and the club you're playing as well.
I agree with you.
Because if there's a possibility that had it been Chelsea was patient with him,
Yes.
he would not have turned out to be this De Bruyne we are talking about today. Don't you think
Yeah.
so?
Um, I slightly disagree, my brother. uh, I slightly disagree, and I would and this is my reason. Chelsea had two players, and those players are doing fantastically well. And that's why you see, and that is why sometimes you have to be careful of what you do as a team. They had two players. They had Mohamed Salah in that team, and that here they have Kevin De Bruyne in that team. I just think that managers differ, and Mourinho didn't want those two players in his team at that time because he was vehemently focused on winning the Premier League and on success. So he didn't want players that will come and learn on the job. He wants players that will deliver, and that is why you saw him signing players like Fabregas at that time, signing players like who else again? Some players that came in for him and that came into the club when he came back to Chelsea. That was when he came back to Chelsea. I think it was when he came back to Chelsea. Uh so this was for me. Those two players for me could have been in Chelsea now, being the future of Chelsea as we speak now. But like you always say, football player goes, player come, and every other thing that will happen is history. So I think history
Okay,
has played its part
okay.
at that time.
Take for instance, Liverpool signed Danny Nunes from Benfica, right?
Yeah,
Benfica. So the numbers that Nunes was as in giving, the
yeah,
number he generated from Benfica,
yes.
is it generating that same number in Liverpool?
No,
And
no, no.
again, if you see what's his name? Um what's this guy's name? Forgotten the name of this player. So what I'm trying to say here is that sometimes some club,
Yeah,
okay, is Anthony of Man U.
yeah,
When he was playing in Ajax,
yeah. I agree. Yeah, go ahead.
the goal contribution and everything, it was on a higher ground. But he came to Man U. Man U bought him for 80 something million pounds. And he played almost a whole season without recording 3 goals. Excuse
Yeah,
me. Without recording 3 goals. Now, Man U loaned him to Betis. He has won man of the match more than twice there in Betis. So sometimes I believe some players, depending on the club you're playing and the
mm,
coach that's also managing you, you tend to become greater. While some coach or some club will just kill your career generally. That's what I feel. So kudos to De Bruyne. I'm happy for him. He's a role model. I won't lie to you. That guy is a role model. He's a good player, a player
indeed.
that everyone will want to have in their team. So I'm
Yeah,
happy
indeed.
for him.
Okay. I think for me, I think he has in that right for me to be one of the greatest midfielders that have played in the EPL. For playing
Yeah.
for 10 years with those
Not
numbers
in the EPL, in the world.
in the world, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I think it's all about for Guardiola it might be a sad day, but for him I think he needs something else to cement his career in terms of financially. I won't say I will use the
financially,
word
financially,
financially
that's that's the word. Financially,
to cement his career financially. So it's time for him to say goodbye, and rightfully so. I think it's necessary for him to say goodbye uh, to to the to the EPL and to Man City. The citizens will miss him,
definitely.
but
He
football
needs
has
the
to.
money. He needs the money
He
more.
needs the money, so football has to go on. If you ask me what next for Kevin De Bruyne, the next big thing for Kevin is maybe a move to Saudi because Kevin De Bruyne they've been links for him to move to Saudi Arabia last summer, but although he told some of the journalists personally that he had not had any talks that could make him move or no option. But I think this time around, that move will happen. The Saudis will be very happy because they're not paying a dime for him in terms of transfer fee, but they will pay much more in terms of
Wages.
in terms of wages. And finally, just a small snippet from journalist Mike Manley. He said he got the backs of talent, although the injury concern, which you raised at that time, that made him fall from the pecking order in recent season, could be an issue for top clubs. He's still he's still an elite level player, no doubt about that. But so could really end up anywhere. So, but I just think that it is time for him to go to the Saudis. The Saudis will be good for him.
Yeah,
What's your take
definitely.
about that?
I believe that's where he's going as well, because that's where we pay him the kind of money he's looking for. Me,
Exactly.
I am just sure that it's money. There's nothing else because he has won almost everything. Saudi
Yeah.
that is going now, there's nowhere that he will go that is going to guarantee him Euro Cup or World Cup.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So it's just all about the money.
It's all about the Benjamins, like I said. It's all
Yeah.
about the Benjamins and the Benjamins and the Benjamins. So the Benjamins will play a role, especially when you are at that age, retirement age. The Benjamin has to play a role in all
Even
you
it's
do.
not the age players now these days. Look at John
Yes,
Duran.
George
How
Duran.
old is
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
22. You were saying something about
There's
a
a
guy
certain
from
player that moved. I've forgotten about his from Celta
from
Vigo to
Celta Figo,
yeah.
about 20 years old.
Mm,
So these days it's just the money.
yeah, it's
If
all
I'm a
about the
player, I'm playing in club, maybe I'm playing for, let's say, Brighton,
yeah.
or let's say championship team,
Mm,
that I know fully that there's no hope. Maybe we are in the Premiership. There's no hope for us to win the Premiership.
yeah,
And one club is calling me from Saudi,
yeah,
wants to give me a salary that I'm earning in a year, maybe in a week.
yeah.
I'll make that transfer.
Oh, okay.
I'll
And a
make that
German, and a
transfer.
German you be now. Why you not go make that transfer? And a German you be.
No.
And a German you be.
I understand that some players they just no, it's all about their career and everything. But we still have them. Like I was watching one podcast. I think it was Mika Obi
Yeah,
was saying it was about Ronaldo when Ronaldo
yeah.
moved to Saudi Arabia. He said it. It's all about the money. There's no way you will tell me at that age what are you going there to do.
Even
It's
though
the
okay,
money.
and before Ronaldo, when United signed Ronaldo for his second stint, they were paying him £650,000 a week.
Can you imagine?
It's still yes, it wasn't still enough for him. You see, but
So
going to Saudi gave him a lot of. Even though you see, to be frank, even though Ronaldo, even without moving to Saudi, he has a lot of investment in his plate. But
yeah,
going to Saudi gave him
more.
more financial options,
Yeah,
more financial options
yeah.
as a player. So that is just it. So kudos to we'll say kudos
Even
Kevin De Bruyne. I think he has brought a lot of excitement to some, especially for some of us that are on the neutral side of football. Whenever City are playing, he has brought some excitement to us, and we've enjoyed him for the past 10 years in the EPL. Let's move on from Kevin De
you call it enjoyment. No, it's not
Bruyne.
enjoyment because for me, I as an Arsenal fan,
Yeah.
I ought to be celebrating because I know how many times that guy have dealt with us.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Oh, sit down. Let's move on from Manchester City to Manchester City.
Yeah,
Now, there's City have sued the Premier League for the second time. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
I can hear you.
They have sued the Premier League for the second time on the issue of sponsorship, saying that the new rule proposed will only favor clubs like Arsenal. That's why I'm bringing this issue now. Uh, uh, Let me see if I can get that. Okay, so the rule will favor clubs like Arsenal. What do you think that City are up to?
For me, I don't know. I can't say what they are up to because I believe the rule they voted for this rule. It's not like is an appointed rule. The 20 clubs voted, so
Yeah,
16 clubs agree to 4. So the majority won. So I don't know where they are coming from.
who
Why
are
are
the
they?
four? Who are the four clubs that didn't? Who are the four clubs that didn't?
I think City will be one of them. Maybe City, Newcastle. Yeah, I don't know the remaining two. It was against 16 to 4 clubs. I don't have the details here.
Hold on, let me see if we can get. I think I.
So I don't know why they are pinning Arsenal to this their pursuit.
Okay, well, let's see why they are. We'll find out why they are. Why they are. We know why, but let's see.
Because
Let's
the
give
sole
our.
reason of this of all this is actually when they say affiliated parties
Yeah.
should not be, as in they should not, they are restricting them from investing in club they are related to or they are
Yeah, but it's not. No,
so
no. I think the Premier League is not really restricting them. It's not really restricting them. But the Premier League is saying that. Okay. The Premier League is saying that. Okay, if you let me see. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The Premier League said that if you say that you want okay, you want the sponsorship deal is from Etihad, prove to us that it's worth 400 million pounds. That sponsorship deal.
Okay.
Because if Arsenal is being sponsored by Emirates, are you getting me now?
Yeah.
Emirates and Etihad are almost at equal basis, and Arsenal is receiving 200 pounds. Are you getting me now? How
Yeah.
comes how comes that you from the Emiratis you are receiving 400 million pounds for that deal? And that's what the Premier League is saying. That's what the Premier League is saying, that you have to justify what you are being paid at the end of the day. What you are being paid. It's not that the owner, and to be frank, we all know what will happen if it is free for all. The Premier League, what will happen is that if the Premier League allow this thing to take precedence, what will happen at the end of the day will be clubs will just come in and their owners will come in, put so amount of money, and they will say this
Yeah.
deal worth 500 million pounds. Are you getting that? It will be a room for embezzlement as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is this, once what you are spending as a club,
Yeah,
you're not generating it.
yeah,
It means the owners are pumping money into the club.
exactly.
So if they keep on doing this, that's why you see that these are the things that build City to the state that they are.
Exactly. Exactly. I
Because
agree with you.
they are pumping money the way others could not
At that time, yeah.
at that time. See Chelsea. The same thing happened to Chelsea in the era of Mourinho. I know how much they spent in buying players. But the other clubs, based on the fact that they rely based on what they are earning to spend. So it's as if they are not doing more.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I agree
so
with
it's as
you.
if they are not doing more. So I
So
don't see
when we
why
look
they are
at,
fighting for.
let's look at what is being said on the day. Okay, I'm looking at this is the Mirror, the Daily Mirror. Man City launched a new legal action claiming Premier League rivals like Arsenal have unfair edge. Now, the reigning Premier League champion, for now they are still the reigning Premier League champion. Very soon it will end. Man City are set to go up against the league in relation to recent plans to amend rules around associate party transactions. Man City have launched a fresh action challenging the Premier League. Uh, City latest move relates to sponsorship rules, with the reigning league champions arguing attempt to amend sponsorship rules could be discriminatory. Now, back in November, Premier League clubs voted by a margin of 16 to 14 to amend the rules on associate party transaction. The ATP, the APT rules assess whether deals, like I explained earlier to you,
Yeah,
between clubs and entitled links to their owners' ownership represent a fair market. Like I explained this whole saga to you. No, no, no,
yeah.
no. Yeah. So and now City legal team are of the opinion that even the tweak regulations are discriminatory. As reported by Mail, City believe rivals, including Arsenal, will continue to enjoy unfair advantage even with the change put in force. Let's see what are those fair unfair advantage, if possibly. The same publication report that City challenge will be ruled on by the same panel which oversees the club's initial complaint over the APT rules. And the champions have argued other clubs receive different treatment in in part in part due to shareholders loan not being subjected to the same fair market value test as commercial deals. The latest challenge for the reigning league champions is related to the
130
130 charges facing the club. Let's move on. I think it's interesting, which are being looked into by a disciplinary panel. Now, the this guy, this I think the mirror is really telling us why. I think City. I'll say something about it at the end. We'll talk about it. Uh, who are vehemently denying those charges are still awaiting a final ruling on the matter. Let's just read this last paragraph and see. City disagreed that a small number of amendments to existing rule will be sufficient. The club has argued that the current version of the rules, seeing them fail to meet the requirement of transparency, objectivity, precisely, and proportionality, and are liable to distort competition. So I don't know, Paul. I don't know. I don't just know how to explain this, but we are where we are with Man City. So
The thing is this: I don't know what they are actually fighting for. They want to go back to for the Premiership to allow them do what they want to do, because it will not be fair to other clubs. The fact
yeah,
that
it will be.
you have rich owners doesn't mean you have to use it to suppress other club, because if they allow that, it will look as if they will be buying players the way they like, building their team to the extent that they will be dominating other teams. So
Yes,
for
which is
me,
which is for me what they've done in
in the
for
past
for
6
for the
years,
past, not even the past 6 years, since they were bought by the Etihad Group. That's
yeah,
what they've done. That's what they've continued. They've done. And that is why they are facing this 130 charges or 115 charges
because if
thereabout.
you check all this now, it's not even the Premier League. This was decided by the 20 clubs in
Yeah.
the Premiership.
So it's either you vote against it or you vote for it.
Yes. So what are they fighting for?
Okay. Okay. So how do you see this? How do you see this ending in the court in court?
Is
Because
have you seen
the last one they won. Well, before then, the Premier League knew that this will happen when they won that case in terms of the APT rule, associate party test. Uh, but this one with the same panel again, do you think they will win?
there's no way they are winning this one because this has nothing to do with they are suing Premiership based on what the clubs agreed. So have you seen an election that was done fairly and you take that same result to court and you expect to win it? So for me, I don't see anything. What they are doing, it doesn't hold any water. So for me, it's a lost battle already.
It's a lost battle already. Okay. I think this is my take now. City cannot be doing this. They cannot. I don't think they can sustain this. It's either you stick by the rules, huh?
Yeah.
or you leave the league. Just leave the league, close the club down, and just end football as a whole for yourself. If you can, because I think it for City this will not be sustainable. If they keep on going to court, it will not be sustainable. The bills, the financial business, I know they are a big club now and they can afford to pay anything, but the financial bills are piling up. The legal bills are piling up with regards to what it is. And to be frank, Premier League fans are beginning to see them as an element of distraction to the league, and that is what it is. For me, it is no brainer. You went to that if you knew you're gonna go to that meeting and you don't have the vote. If you knew you had the vote in that meeting, then you could have just sit down. Well, they knew that they don't have the vote. They knew it. They knew it that they don't have the vote. And with regards to the 115 charges or 130 charges being labeled on them, I think we'll have a this thing at the end of of May. That hopefully we'll have a verdict at the end of May, and let's see what's going to happen. Then when that verdict comes out, either side have the chance to appeal that verdict at the end of the day. Either side have to. If City wins, but I think the evidence against City is overwhelming, in the sense that in one of the cases they were asked to bring their financial details for them, and the problem City have had over time. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in Germany, please. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in the Bundesliga. I think there's a match currently in the Bundesliga now. Let's see. Okay, Bayern are still playing 2-1 against Augsburg. 2-1. Let's see. Hold on. Goals scored by Jamal Musiala and Harry Kane. Harry Kane, 42 minutes. I mean, Jamal Musiala for 2 minutes. I think the first goal was scored by Dimitri Gulasic. 30 minutes. Then there's a red card from Cedric for Cedric at the 58 minutes. Jamal Musiala scored at the 42nd minute to equalize. Then Harry Kane 60 minutes. Let's see what's going to happen in that match. It's still not done yet. We still have about 12 minutes to go in that match. But Bayern are edging closer to their league. I think for the first time, Harry Kane is going to win something in football. So, 1,115 charges. For me, I think those 115 charges. They will be found guilty. At least, even though it is 1 out of 115, they will be found guilty of one of those charges.
Definitely.
There's no way.
Definitely, I see. There's no way they are going to skate through the 115 charges without finding guilty in any of them. So I don't know. City, they should just, like you said, if the league is too difficult for them or they can't handle what's because for me, I don't see any reason why what you are earning as a club you are spending more than what you are earning as a club.
Exactly.
It makes no
You have
brain.
to balance. You have to balance your
So
book very well.
you have to balance your book. So you cannot just be popping money because you have rich owners. So
Exactly.
I don't know
Exactly. You
where
have to balance. You
I
have to
don't know their
balance your book.
plan.
You have to balance your book, and it's a pity. It's a pity that they can't really find a way to balance their book. But we are where we are. Are looking for ways to cut corners to see if they could win one or two things. Chelsea are doing it now, and hopefully they are doing it legally.
Yeah,
They are doing it legally, because if the law catch up with them at the end of the day, I hope they will not be complaining. That the law catch up with them. But this is where we are with regards to with football clubs and how they run their businesses, left, right, center. Okay, now let's move on. Let's move on to one of the final discussions we want to have today, which is with regards to striking option. Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Man United. Not Man City actually, because Man City have a top striker. You don't need so Man United, Liverpool, or they all need top strikers, and there are a little bit of names out there. I think we talked about that a few days ago. The likes of Isak, the likes of
yeah,
Gyökeres,
Gyökeres.
Sesko, they are all out there, and uh, we don't really know. We don't really know where these players will turn into next season. But these strikers they are good strikers. They are strikers you want in your team. They are strikers you want to build your team around to win something at the end of the day. For
Sure.
Newcastle and Isak, I think the romance is still there. Whether they could, because Newcastle are part of the four clubs that voted against that decision. They are part of the four clubs because
Yeah.
they have the richest owners. They have the richest owners in the Premier League,
Yeah,
whether we like it or not.
I mentioned them is
Yeah,
Newcastle
yeah.
and I know of Newcastle
Newcastle, Man City,
and Man
and
City.
Nottingham Forest also voted against
Yeah,
that
Nottingham
rule as
Forest.
well. The one other club. So if we look at what's what is out there in terms of striking options, there are good strikers out there, but very few of them. And who gets what is based on your financial strength. Am I right or wrong?
Not just your financial strength. It depends on the plan. If your plans falls well with the player, I think
Yeah,
sometimes we have some players that do cut down their financial stress if the club they are about to move into have a good structure.
yeah.
So sometimes it depends on the club, the plan of the club. If it falls well with the player, fine.
Okay, if it falls well with the player, fine. Okay, so I'm going to name these three strikers. Where do you think they will end up in that order? Eucharist next season.
Uh,
Don't be biased. Don't be biased.
no, I'm not trying to be biased. No, I'm just you're correct. So I can't say where he's going to end because Man U, Arsenal, Chelsea. So these are the three clubs I know they are desperately in need of striker now.
Okay, and Osimhen added to that those strikers
Yeah,
too as well.
Osimhen.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, Gyökeres, I see Gyökeres, maybe it will be between Man U and and Arsenal.
Okay.
It will be between Man U and Arsenal.
Man U are Arsenal. So
Yeah.
Eucharist for Man U and Arsenal. So let's put on Isak
Isaac, I see Isaac remaining in Liverpool.
moving to
Eh,
Liverpool.
No, I say
In
Newcastle. Sorry, in
okay.
Newcastle. The reason is that I don't think anybody will be able to cough out the amount placed on him.
Within the Premier League or even outside the Premier League.
I'm I'm just within the Premier League.
Okay.
Within the Premier League. So I don't see anybody spending splashing £150. Now, £150. Premiership are after after all the clubs. So if you're spending £150 on one, if it is where when if it is when you are allowed, ownership are allowed to invest that much, I would say definitely maybe club like Nottingham Forest. But the fact that they are not the top six club in the Premiership, so maybe he will not want to join them. But for me, I see Isaac remaining in Newcastle.
Okay, if Isak is going to stay in Newcastle, so where do you think Osimhen will be next season?
For me, Osimhen is Chelsea,
Chelsea.
Chelsea or PSG.
Chelsea or PSG for Osimhen. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, okay, but he said he needs okay, I think for me he said he wants to move to the Premiership.
yeah.
I think if you can pay 70 million quid for Osimhen, the next phase is how much will be his wages now, and that's where the bone of contention is for Victor Osimhen. His
But
wages are,
the thing is this:
yeah,
during the January transfer window, when Chelsea was going for Osimhen,
yeah,
Osimhen was demanding if Napoli can pay Osimhen's wages.
yeah.
I see the reason why would Chelsea not be able to pay it?
Now this is the reason why Chelsea will not be able to pay, because there are other players within that wage bracket as
Wages.
well, and you have to balance your book going forward. It's all for Premier League clubs. It's all about balancing the books. It's all about the financial fair play. I mean the what they call it, the financial fair play of the Premiership. At the end of the day, it's all about ensuring that by the end of the footballing year, you are if you are earning 200 million pounds, you are spending within that 200 million pounds, or exactly at 200 million pounds. That is what is being expected of you as a Premier League club now. Uh, Chelsea looked at their books, looked at their salary, and they knew that they couldn't pay that amount, and that's just it. They knew that they couldn't pay that amount.
Right. So for you, Benjamin Sesko, where do you think he's going to end?
Okay, I look at Sesko. I still think that Arsenal will still go in for Sesko, depending on what happens to Gukeres at the end of the day. For me, it is Arsenal. Arsenal. I think Arsenal almost got him last season before he decided to stay at RB Leipzig.
Right.
Uh, I don't really think that a club like Chelsea will go. excuse me, will go in for Sesko. I don't think so. But I just think that Arsenal will still go in for him as a plan B, because Sesko looks like among the strikers we have called now, Isak, Gyökeres,
Osimhen Sesko.
Osimhen, Sesko. I think for me, Sesko is not really at that elite. It's not that elite striker, but it's a striker that has good potential to grow in a team. Um, do I really think? Do I really think that it's another Rasmus Højlund that will come to the Premier League and doesn't blossom? I think it's something we need to watch. We need to watch going forward. Let's see if he's on another Rasmus Højlund, because a lot of United fans expected that Højlund should coming into United as a young striker, should have nothing to fear. But that is that. But what I'm saying is the reverse. Will it happen to Sesko? I don't know, but we have to keep open minded on the way we look at these strikers, the way we perceive them, because sometimes a change in environment can change their career automatically in the
Yeah.
positive way and the negative way as
Negative
well.
way.
Yeah, so that is how I see Sesko. Can Sesko come into the Premier League and hit the ground running? It's a question we need to see if he wants to. If he doesn't want to, he can only stay back to where he is in RB Leipzig and in Germany as well.
Okay. For me, I just believe there's no way we can only speculate if a player is going to do well or not. So
It's the
we,
same
we
speculation. It's the
yeah,
same speculation I'm giving you.
we can't tell for sure. So
We
it's
can't
only
tell for
when
sure.
you've seen the player that you can say, based on the power of hindsight, you know that this. So there's no way you can tell if a player is going to hit the ground running or not.
Okay. Okay, guys. Kindly subscribe to Fancy Football. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. We are gradually coming towards the end of our show. Also, we'll drop our prediction video pretty soon tonight, and hopefully kindly go there and also watch what me and Paul have done in terms of the games that we played this weekend in the EPL. Who and who will win, who and who will lose, who are the biggest losers of the day. Okay, now as we speak, no league has been settled, Paul. No league has been settled automatically now. The Premier League is still there. The La Liga is still a two horse race.
The Premiership is almost 75% settled.
Okay, I agree with you. The Spanish La Liga is still a three-horse race, a tiny three-horse race, but two-horse race technically as we speak now, with Real Madrid and Barcelona, 3 points between them. I think the next extra, if the result stays like this, if the position in the table say that the next
The
Clasico,
Clasico.
yes, will determine where the pendulum will swing. But Barcelona are playing like a house on fire now, and
They are on fire.
yes, they are playing like a house on fire, and I don't see anybody stopping them. Real Madrid are just following slightly. They are catching up, and they are ensuring that they close in games and they winning games. Both sides are going to beat at the Copa del Rey this year. It's all about the Clásico and Clásico and Clásico and Clásico in the Spanish La Liga. So
Yeah.
that is just where we are in Spain. Then I look at Germany. I think in the German Bundesliga, uh, okay, the match between Augsburg and Bayern Munich is almost done. 90 minutes played, but Bayern are still dominating them left, right, center, and it's 95% chance of for Bayern to win this match in 90 minutes, and 4.9% chance for a draw by the bookmakers currently as the match is still going. I looked at we look at the statistics in the match. You see Bayern with 10 shots, 7 on target against 5 shots and 2 on target for Augsburg. Possession wise, 71 for Bayern, 29 for Augsburg. Passes, 267 passes, 663 passes for either side. 75% pass accuracy for Augsburg, 90% pass accuracy for Bayern. In terms of foul, it's 8 apiece for either side. Yellow card, none for Bayern, for yellow card, none for Bayern, 2 for Augsburg, red card 1 for Augsburg, and none for Bayern. Offside 2 for it's understandable, 2 for Bayern. Now let's look at Bayern. Like I said, are closing on into that. They are just 9 points clear of second place Bayern Leverkusen, who won the league last year in a dramatic and stylish fashion, but they can't replicate that this year. But like I said, I always said, no two soup is this. It has the same sweetness. Paul can always attest to that as well. Uh, if you know be your wife soup, another person soup no sweet reach your wife own. Not true of us.
Yeah, at all.
So
So, were you expecting Bayer Leverkusen to replicate what happened last season?
no, it's not possible. But at least they put on a fight in terms of what they were expected to do.
No,
Uh,
you're right. For
yeah, they
them
put
to be
on
in the second position is also a
yeah,
sign of
they
that
put on a
they are good.
yeah, they put on a fight with what they're expected to do, so they are good. I just think that they needed more new players, more players to at least challenge for the league much more aggressively against Bayern. Okay, the for the Serie A, Italian Serie A is still a two horse race between Napoli and Inter Milan. Uh, Napoli and Inter Milan, the two horse race between those two sides.
I think it's
Uh,
67, 64 points.
67, 64 points. So it's
Yeah.
a two horse race between those two clubs. Napoli have okay. I think with what we have here, okay. There's also a game in the Serie A. It's still nil between Genoa and Udinese. 78 minutes played between these two sides, and for Napoli, I think they have to keep winning at all costs. They have because
Yes.
any slip from them, then it's gonna be something tragic for them. So they have to win at all costs. Uh, if they want to see challenge, I think at a certain point they were at the top of that league, For the top four position, you still have Atlanta with 58 points and Bologna with 56 points. Then following them closely is Roma 52, Juventus 55 in fifth. Juventus is in fifth. So following them closely. Uh, I think I just think that those things. Then for France,
That,
the
that
league
one
I
is
call
done and dusted.
the league I called the Mbappe League last time before Mbappe left for Real Madrid. It's done and dusted. That has been closed in. So the other teams have to fight for their positions. The likes of Lyon, Lille, and Marseille will have to fight for other positions around there. So
Yeah.
that is what we have in terms of the league report for this week. We hope that we go in out there this weekend and enjoy our football. Paul.
Yeah, definitely. You guys should just sit down, relax, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah,
And
that's
please
good.
subscribe to Fancy
Subscribe to Fancy
Football.
Footballer.
Hit
Yeah,
the
and
notification
read
bell.
London Roll as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I will say from me and Paul, good night and have a splendid weekend of football and sporting activities ahead.
Good night, guys.
Okay.